What's up, Justin? Goal is always to catch them all. And then have a big boat. Do a big wake right in front of you. See if you light it up. Oh yeah, we got some nice waves coming my way. I already have 3 in the live well. I'm hoping I can catch a few more. Hey, Knight's Edge, I got your feet pics here, buddy. I fish barefoot every day when I'm in the boat, unless it's cold out. I appreciate you stopping by and liking it, though. Cap, I'm walleye fishing today. Yako. Did a good job on your live stream the other night, Yako. I had a good time. I am fishing for these guys in particular. I got 3 in the box already. I can have up to 6. I apologize if it takes me a second to get to your comments. I get a little bit of a delay out here. Oh yeah, Yako, they do make a good sandwich. They make a good anything. Walleye's good eating no matter how you fix it. I like smoking it though. Everybody stopping by though. Just kind of fishing slowed down a little bit, so I moved to a spot that's got more signal. Figured out what the hell, I'll live stream a little bit, see who wants to pop in. Here y'all are. Knight's Edge. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Even if it's just for a minute, I appreciate it. Big one, fish. She ain't big, but she's a fish. Oh yeah, just a little baby. Found the nursery on that one. There's a lot of grass floating down here. Just a cute little guy. A lot of grass down here. Remember, I'll be going live at 5 o'clock Central this afternoon if you're free and want to stop by. Once I get home and finish cleaning fish, I'll get ready to go on the live stream. Yeah, whenever I'm watching the Knight's Edge live stream on Saturday mornings, this is pretty much what I'm doing every weekend. I'm sure the Wapsi's decent, Justin. I like the bigger river where I can get my boat around. The Wapsi River's pretty small and shallow, so you can fish from the shore a lot, but I like to be on the boat. A little more freedom. Oh, there's another one. This one's got a little more weight to it. It's been a hell of a morning. My first spot I fished this morning, it was just non-stop. I'd catch 3-4 fish on a pass. And then people saw me fishing there and catching fish and decided they have to come start trolling the same area. Oh yeah, flip him in. Nice walleye. Still. Hold still. There we go. It has been a good morning though. Oh yeah, these keep a range right around 19 inches. They go in the box, no problem. I can keep them anywhere between 15 and 20 inches. And I can keep one over 27 inches. That's the rules out here, but it makes a hell of a nice fishery because there's a lot of quality fish. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm moving quite a bit. My head's always on a swivel when I'm out here, watching my lines, watching for other boaters, watching my depth finder, but making sure I'm not going to hit something. Sending all my lines where they need to be. Go. Watching grass up there and stuff. I do need a house by the river. Absolutely, Justin. You want to buy me one? You guys hear me all right? I was using a headset last time I went live on the river, but I felt like it was too loud, that you could hear too much of me. But this time I'm just running on the GoPro's microphone that's a little farther from me, so let me know if you guys have trouble hearing me or anything. I can always speak up. Yeah, Justin, it ain't cheap to have a house on the river, especially not on this river. These cabins here that you see off to my side are pretty pricey, even though they have to be up on stilts for when the water goes high. Sounds great, El Cap. Awesome. Glad. I was kind of worried that having the camera this far away from me would be a little too quiet. I don't usually run it in the front, I run it in the back, but when I do that, there's so much extra noise from the motor and stuff, so I'm trying new stuff. I always have it running when I'm on the river. You never know when you're going to catch a great fish or something. I can put together some shorts and things like that, just some fish I'm catching. What are you guys carrying today? I got my SOG Terminus Cryo D2. Love this knife. Here, I'll make it so you can see it. I can't see shit from that far. Yeah. Love my SOG. It's kind of a good beater for me. And then I always have my boat knife. This is my tester. I'm testing to see how many times I can use it, leave it wet before the D2 starts to rust. And so far I've used it numerous times. I've probably cut fish in half, good 15-20 times over 6 or 7 weeks. And I get it wet. I rinse it off quick in the river water. I put it back in its Kydex sheath, but I don't dry it. And so far it's had no rust. Kind of trying to get an idea of what my freshwater usage is on D2 without having issues. The Tiso Rook, I saw you posted a video on that. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. CT0562. I don't have any zero tolerances. They're a little too rich for my blood typically. One of these days maybe. I got a few expensive knives, but most of my knives are in the cheaper range just because I tend to use them a lot and I tend to feed on them a little bit. When I get something too expensive, I feel like I can't carry it because I'm worried about damaging it. Biting flies and chewing up my feet this morning. What's everybody else doing on this holiday weekend other than watching YouTube live streams, watching some Yahoo out fishing on the river? I went golfing yesterday. Somehow managed to only be 2 over par on one of my sets of 9 holes. I think we played 45 holes yesterday. We go to a course that's got unlimited. So we typically play for quite a few hours. I think the most we've done is 72 in one day. That was a long day. We always have a good time, my buddy and I. Costs the same to go unlimited as it does eat. Might as well get my money's worth, right? Oh yeah, you're getting all that stuff cleared out, Justin. That sucks. I have luckily never had COVID, at least not that I know of. My wife's had it 3 times, and the last 2 times I slept right next to her while she had it. I don't know. It doesn't like me. I'm fine with that. I'll look into the 0562. I've had a few USA made knives. I got a Benchmade that I'm trying to sell now because I got it in my Going Gear box. And I don't know. I get it. They want to be lightweight, but it's just not my thing. I like to feel a little weight in my hand. I like to know that it's in my pocket. It just feels too light and too flimsy. Only weighs 1.6 ounces. I mean, hell, the only weight you feel is the blade. I got it listed on Blade Binge right now. A few people favorited it, but nobody seems to want to buy it yet. Got a Spyderco Para 2. It was alright. I just ended up trading it because for the handle size, it just didn't have enough blade for me. Too much bulk in the handle. If I want to carry a knife that big, I want to have a little more blade to it. Yeah, Yako, I'm with you. I like a big knife. I like it. You know, it doesn't have to be big, but it needs to feel like it's got something behind it. In my mind, my Blade Binge. Oh shit, I can't even remember. I think it's A Kunde, K-U-N-D-E, but it's a Benchmade mini tagged out with the orange Grivory scales. CPM 154. Yeah, Jimmy should be on my live stream this evening. Maybe I'll bring it up to him, see what he thinks of it. But I think they go for like 170 retail right now. I put it up for like 150 and I'll pay for shipping. Yeah, 235, 250, that's a little pricey for me for an actual user. I got a few that are kind of around that range. Like one of them's a Kershaw Livewire, but I carry it a lot, but I also bought it used from Rob's Nerdy Knives for 150, so I don't mind carrying that one so much. But if I spend that much money on one, I don't know, I can't rightfully carry it because I feel bad if I drop it once and put a big dent in the titanium. You know, I feel like I lost a bunch of value on it. I work around construction sites a lot. You know, one drop onto the rock or something like that, gonna be dinged up like crazy, or you know, if I gotta cut something that's gonna scratch the blade all to hell, I don't mind doing that on a $60, $70 knife. Even even $100, $150 knife, but once I get over 200, yeah. Those are more my just carry them to show and not to actually use. Big old Mississippi River barge coming up behind me. A lot of those. Water skiers coming by. These are some folks that live in one of the cabins down here. Yeah, date knife, exactly. It's like that Wee Wrecker I got. The Wee Wrecker is a date knife. Titanium scales, super lightweight. Not super lightweight, but lightweight for its size. It's got a decent blade, but you know, it's got them gold accents that are just, I don't know, it's a pretty knife. That's a date knife, or a, you know, carry for fun knife. Rolling on the waves. You won't see me carrying that weed at work. Carry my Militron to work. That's about as expensive as I'll carry to work. And it's not one of the special ones, it's just standard. So I think I got it for $150, no, $130. It was on sale because I don't buy much if it's not on sale. Oh, good times, yes sir. Yeah, scratches can be fixed. Put it on a lighter leash. Yeah, so that's just more crap that I gotta carry. That, and if I need to use a knife, I want to be able to use it and not have to worry about it. Or if somebody on a job site says, "Hey, you got a knife I can borrow?" I don't mind handing them one of my $50 to $100 knives. It doesn't bother me a bit. Again, one drop on the pavement though. Titanium can have big old dents in it and scrapes in it. If I can get it for a deal, then I'll go for it. Used or something. But when I'm buying stuff new, I sticks yesterday, half dozen or dozen. So I'll give a few of those away tonight. In my giveaway, I'll let people choose which one of the two they want. Like I said, I got a very limited supply for now. This was kind of a tester. Yeah, the Mississippi River is huge, Meredith, absolutely. But yeah, so I'll show off my stickers tonight so everybody can kind of see what they look like. And then with each giveaway win, I'll let whoever wins choose which one of the stickers they want one of. And then of course I got a whole bunch of stickers from other people and stuff that I'll throw a nice little swag bag together. You know how it is. You win something or you buy something and you get a million stickers. I won something from Beast Blades for a member giveaway, and boy, he sent me like 30 stickers. I couldn't believe it. All kinds of yeah, Meredith, I kept fish anywhere from 6 miles downstream of where I put into the river all the way up to the about 2.5 miles from the boat ramp where I don't have any signal. Yeah, MPG, I'll take a few of your stickers. Absolutely, I'd take one or two, or however many. I'll add them to giveaways, whatever. I don't have my good coffee mug. I got stickers of all kinds of people around it. This is my feeder mug that I take on the boat or take out hunting. So I don't have any yeah, my one I take to work, I get all kinds of people asking, you know, what the stickers are all about, everything. Alright, it's starting to quiet down a little bit now that the barges and trains are past at the moment. Meredith, I'll look at one of your live streams and I'll get your email off there and I'll shoot you my address. Either that or show up tonight and win a knife. You'll have my address and I'll have yours. Much guts and blood on my coffee mug. Might get a little splash of river water every stuff happens at home when I'm cleaning fish. Oh, there you go, MPG EDC at Yahoo. I can do that. Now when I'm deer hunting though, you know, I might field dress a deer and have my hands covered in blood and need a drink of coffee on my way home or something, so then things might get a little dirty. I gotta find out what YouTube allows, because I'd love to do like a field dressing of a deer or something like that. Kind of a tutorial. Bring out my like AD10 or my AD15 and actually show them being used, you know. I just don't know how they treat the blood and guts and stuff. But if you have it as an actual like tutorial, they tend to allow a few more things, because there's some things you can't teach without showing all that. Beautiful day on the river, that's for sure. Here in a couple of weeks, I'll be camping just downstream from where I'm at. My buddies and I will go out, set up camp on an island. The only way to reach us is by boat. worst thing that'll happen is I'll try and it'll get taken down. You know, it's not like I'm trying to be monetized or anything. I just do this shit for fun. Block me. They can block me for a few days. They can hurt my feelings. Worst comes to worst, I make a new channel. I don't care. The light will be shining better. You'll be able to see my ugly mug. I apologize in advance. Yeah, I can see where that would get annoying. I have some guns, but I don't typically do content with them or anything. Most I'll do is, you know, if I go out and target shooting, I might shoot a video of it, but usually it's more a video of the target or something like that. Rules are for sissies. Just do whatever I want. If they take it down, they take it down. Screw them. Still doing good. My mother and father-in-law are out here today fishing downstream. I had one for a second. They were doing pretty good when I left down there. Said a few extra boats showed up though, and I'm not a big fan of sharing the space that much. I'd rather fish how I want to fish and not have to deal with other people if I can. Yeah, I know Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok. Like TikTok, I tried showing a picture of one of my deer, like the mount of my deer, or like my profile picture here where I'm holding my deer. They freaking flagged that picture and took it down and said it's cruelty to animals or some bullshit. And I was just like, whatever, dude. I gotta leave here by about 1:30 at the latest so that I can get home in time to do my live stream tonight. It's an hour and a half drive to get back home. And then I got, you know, half hour, 45 minutes to get the boat back up, loaded, strapped down. And then I gotta get it put away when I get home, gotta clean fish. Yeah, by the time I leave at 1:30, it'll be 4 o'clock before I'm done with everything. Able to get on my live stream. And I'm pulling crankbaits. I typically control number 7 flicker shads. Those are kind of my favorite. They tend to do really well in the current. And, you don't have to have things at like the perfect speed for them to move right. Today my colors of choice are blue chrome fire tiger and party perch. Hey Ron, my good luck charm buddy. Thanks for coming on in. And yes, Meredith, I have caught fish. I've got 4 in the box, and I've got 4 in the box, and I've probably caught over a dozen so far. Yeah, it's a nice walleyes for supper tonight. Pretty strict rules on what you can and can't keep here. They got to be between 15 and 20 inches, or you can keep one over 27 inches. So I've caught quite a few that were over the 20 mark. I got 26, 24, 23, and then I've got a few that were under the 15-inch mark. Usually catch more over the mark than under. It's what we call a slot limit. Kind of annoying at times, but it definitely makes for a nice fishery. You get a lot of quality fish. People aren't keeping fish when they're like 12 inches. They got a chance to get bigger. I can run up to 3 rods because I've got a 3rd line license, and I use that when I'm ice fishing so that I can be jigging with 1 rod and have like 2 dead stick rods out. I don't use it much this time of year unless I'm catfishing, which I don't do a whole lot of. But yeah, I can have up to 3 rods out. But 2 is about, I can run a 3rd if I got another rod holder. But it's a little more difficult. Just, you know, if you catch a fish or you get snagged, there's a lot more to get tangled up and have problems with. Yako, I'm glad I could help. You know, it's always the biggest question, what do you want for dinner? Well, there you go. Now I gave you some ideas of what you can make for supper tonight. 1 over 27. I don't know that I'd call it a trophy fish. I've gotten quite a few over 27. My biggest is 29 1/4. But out here every year I usually pull in anywhere from 3 to 5 that are over 27. It just kind of depends on the year. But yeah, I mean, for some people, it's absolutely a trophy fish. But when you fish out here as much as I do, 27 inches it's big. It's absolutely a big fish. But it's not a trophy. You know, I won't be hanging 27 on my wall. I'd have to have a fish over 30 inches before I put it on my wall, at least a walleye. I currently have a 45-inch muskie on my wall and a 13-pound wiper, which is a white bass, striped bass hybrid. But those are both pretty big fish. You would suck. Well, luckily, Meredith, when you're doing stuff like this, there's not a whole lot you can suck at. I mean, you try different things, try different presentations, different lures, different speeds, different spots. I drop a waypoint on my depth finder every time I catch a fish, and it gives me kind of a pattern so I can see where I caught fish certain times of the year when the water was certain temperatures and stuff, and I can kind of build a game plan based off of that. And then you also try other things like different colors, different conditions. You kind of get a good handle on what color is going to produce on a certain day and what's not. This river, blues and purples tend to work pretty well on the Mississippi River for the most part. But there's also lots of greens and yellows that I've had plenty of luck with. Oh, I'll bet you get a lot on Lake Erie. I've always wanted to walleye fish Lake Erie. I've heard it's just amazing. My boat's not quite set up for Lake Erie though. Can review the knife, yeah. Oh, there's one. Oh, we'll fight to it. Come on, buddy. Going pretty hard to start with. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. Now he's fighting again. He's coming with me for a second. See what we got. We got a walleye, sheephead. Oh, I think that's a sheephead. Yeah, that's a sheephead. Nobody likes sheephead. Kind of a pain in the ass fish, and the bigger ones will tear up your lures. What we like to call a shithead instead of a sheephead. Back online where I need to be. Make sure it's still cleaned right. It's not. Just tuned again. Supposed to. Get him back out there to catch another one. Alright, let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Why are you going to wait for some time to learn how to hunt? Get yourself a hunting license and go give it a shot. Salt Lake. Oh yeah, out with Meredith. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know if there are fish in there. That's a good question. This time of year, right now, or today, I've been catching them anywhere between 8 and about 15 feet. I usually aim to be in that 10 to 12 foot range. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Got some weight on this one for sure. Might be another shithead based on the way it hit, but we'll find out. Sheephead tend to hit pretty hard. They hit like a ton of bricks and run real hard. This one ran for a second, but now it's kind of not fighting me so much. So it could be any number of things. Come on. They're starting to fight. Now they're sheephead. God damn it. Now, if I was near some of the eagle nests around here, I would actually take this guy and throw him up on the shore under the eagle's nest and feed the eagles. Something we do in the wintertime too. You can lay a fish on the ice. There we go. Came off. You can lay a fish on the ice between 100 and 150 feet away from you. A lot of times the eagles will come right down onto the ice and just start eating the fish you leave for them. Really cool to watch. Crazy how they just tear them apart. It's very methodical. You'd never think about it that way, but they know what parts they like and they go for it. All right, going. Headbanger, yeah, freshwater drum, you got it. AKA shitheads. You don't know where to hunt in Utah? You guys have a hunting land out there. A lot of public ground. You know, all kinds of mule deer and shit like that out there. Idiots like to hunt in shooting areas. We have a lot of public hunting here in Iowa. A lot of people deer hunt. Actually, yesterday was the opening season for doves, the mourning doves here in Iowa. And boy, it just sounded like a war zone out in those fields. There must have been a million birds, so those guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. They were shooting a lot. Yeah, taking a kid fishing is always a good idea. I've got a couple friends that like to come out with me and bring their kids. Titanium Justin, we've even talked about, he's talked about bringing his son out and fishing with me sometime. Just haven't got a chance to put it together yet. We're both pretty busy. That and when I come out and fish, I'm usually out for anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. And a lot of people aren't cut out for that. It's a little too much for a lot of folks. Yeah, exactly. Teach a kid to fish, he'll eat forever. Whatever that old Bible quote is, teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Works for kids too. You got to be careful though. Fishing is way more expensive than drugs. Same thing with hunting. You'll spend a lot more money or waste a lot more money on fishing and hunting than you will on drugs any day. It's a little healthier for you though. Hoping that this deer season, one of my spots has enough signal that I might be able to live stream from where I'm hunting. I could even put the GoPro like looking out over the valley, or have my phone to where, you know, if there's a deer that comes by that isn't a shooter for me or something, I can film it and kind of show you guys what I'm seeing. Hey, it'd be kind of fun. I see a lot of deer, raccoons, possums, the occasional bobcat, skunks, coyotes. Very rarely I see a badger while I'm out there. You'll see a lot more trail camera stuff getting posted by me here soon because it's the deer should start shedding their velvet off their antlers this week. It's right at that time of year, and then I'll see a lot more of them on my cameras too. Yeah, it's everybody's dream to have their own place. Hey, Ann Kaufman, that is actually my mom. Hi, Mom. Good to see you pop in, listening in while you're driving. I appreciate that. My mom likes to come out fishing with me. I had some videos of her not that long ago bringing in a big old flathead catfish. We have a great time out together. I don't know if Mind to Milton's still in here, but he goes by Mom, M-O-M. I got a piece of garbage on there, I don't think it's a fish. I'm doing my multitasking skier with my feet. Should keep my boat from hitting things. Good thing TKE's not in here. He'd probably get excited seeing me use my feet so much. Well, here for anybody that was asking, this is the Chrome Fire Tiger crankbait that I'm using. I don't know how well you can see that. But let's caught a few today. Putting them about 100 feet behind the boat, give or take. Down in this area that I keep getting caught up in, making things not run quite right. Yeah, no problem, Melcat. Here, I'll show you the other one once I get the grass off of it. This one's my wife's favorite. She chose this color. First time we ever used it. It's called Party Perch. It's light blue on the bottom, kind of a purple on top, pink stripe on the very top, and then it's got pink stripes down the side. She saw it, she was in love with it, and she bought it. You know, I was like, ah, it's a crazy color, it probably won't work. She bought it, started catching fish on it instantly. I couldn't believe it. Now it's one of our go-tos when the water's a little bit muddy. But it's crazy how sometimes you try something new and it works out for you. We've actually got a few blades for our crawler harnesses that we've custom painted ourselves, just using some of our sparkling nail polishes and shit. But those have caught us quite a few fish when we go up to Minnesota. Oh God, who would put their animals to graze at the shooting range? That just seems like a dumb idea. Yeah, it is pretty colors. They're very bright. Like I said, when the water's muddy, for some reason they tend to go to that one. No idea why, but if it works, it works. Definitely not a natural color pattern, but something about it catches their eye. I'll tell my wife, y'all say she's got good taste in lures. I said she was pretty damn proud of herself when she threw that thing on the first time and caught a fish right away. I got the C, I told you so. I got that a few times. She decided to stay home today and work on stuff around the house. Somebody dropping their chew can in the water or something. Yep. I like to pick up all the garbage that people throw in if it floats by me. Those chew cans actually make great containers to hold wax worms in the winter. He was camping with his livestock at the shooting range. That just seems ridiculous. As somebody who grew up on a farm with animals, it just sounds like something you wouldn't want to do. Yeah, Meredith, she actually comes out with me quite a bit. I said today she just decided to stay home. She wasn't feeling it. She wanted to hang out with the dog. She had to work yesterday and Saturday for 4 hours each, and missed just being at home a little bit. Yeah, she yellow fishes me sometimes. She's got some nice fish up in Minnesota. There's a few videos I got of her on there, on my page. A few shorts, a few videos, all that good stuff. Speaking of my wife, I think that's her parents that might be coming up behind me. I don't know if you guys can see that yet. The downside of a GoPro is you can see a little bit of everything, but everything's so zoomed out that you don't see it until it's up close. Oh, there's one. Oh, that one's really going. Holy cow, that's probably a sheephead. If it's not a sheephead, it's a big freaking walleye, because that sucker is tearing off line. Come on, buddy. Be a big walleye. Don't be a sheephead. Nobody likes a sheephead. Nobody likes a shitfish. And when you catch a big sheephead, they tend to tear up your lures, they'll bend your hooks and all kinds of stuff. They really get the flipping and they get a lot of force when they do. Let's see. Come on, baby. Show yourself. See what we got. Got some weight to it, whatever it is. Come on. Oh yeah, that's a walleye. Oh buddy. Just gotta get him in the net. Oh yeah, come here, come on, a little closer. Come here. Oh, jeez. That is a nice walleye. Oh, wow. You got tangled up in my other line, but that's okay. I don't mind being tangled for a walleye that big. That is a nice one. This off of here. This untangled. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I know you guys are waiting with bated breath to see how big it is. Hear him flipping around. He's out of the net now. Get this entangled so it doesn't get a bigger mess made out of it. There we go. That line is. Let's go back behind the boat. The downside of running two lines, as you can imagine, three lines is even worse. Okay, let's get a measurement on this chunk. Holy crap, this is a fatty. 25 inches, but good God, the girth on this thing. Whew. Big old fatty. That has got a belly on it. It's been eating like crazy. All right, gently let it back in. Oh, he's in a hurry. That's a fatty, only 25 inches, but boy, I wish my scale had good batteries in it because that was heavy. Get out of you guys' way. What's that? Party perch? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, what did I miss? Yeah, I wish I could keep that one, but it's 25 inches. It didn't make 27. And my feet aren't that dirty. I keep my boat pretty clean. Crank it up, get it in, get it fixed up, start our next pull. Yeah, that's my in-laws. They're out fishing today. My mother-in-law and father-in-law. He kind of showed me the ropes on how to fish on the Mississippi River, and I've taken what he's taught me and kind of found my own spots and my own methods, and we now just share tips back and forth and share spots. Kind of leads to a little more success for both of us. On occasion we'll get out and fish together, but we typically fish separately because we can cover more water, be a little more effective. I'm gonna have to go back and clip that fish out of my live stream. That sucker was a beast. 2 more inches, I could have kept him, and that would have been a damn good eater. That had some big old thick fillets on him. He would have gone really good on the smoker. Those fillets would have been like 1.5 inches, 2 inches thick. Yeah, he was hungry. Very hungry. See if I can figure this out. Yeah, I'll go back, flip that out of there. I'll do a screen recording or something. Yeah, that was a good fish. I want to keep that catch. Keep that one on the record books, I should say. Probably make a short out of him. Meredith, they've got to be between 15 and 20 inches to keep them. It's a slot limit we have here on the Mississippi River. But the nice thing is, yeah, you have to throw a bunch back if they're over 20 inches, but if they make it through that 15 to 20 inch range, you can't keep them until they're 27, so you end up with a lot of really nice fish, like that fish, that you can't get anywhere else because people keep their fish when they're all in that, 12 to 15 inch range or whatever, and they catch a 20 incher and they're like, oh, I get to keep that one. But sure, it's great. But then you really rarely catch those bigger fish. That's one of the main reasons I like fishing here, is because you've got such a quality fishery that actually the laws have made it a quality fishery just because of what they have to do here. Oh, we got another train coming by, so it's going to get loud. You guys probably have trouble hearing me in a minute. Yeah, 6 people, 7 people hanging out. I appreciate that today. Comes the train. But as I was saying, yeah, the slot limit here has really created a really quality fishery. I can keep one per, my bag limit is 1 per trip over 27 inches. I can keep a total of 6 fish, and one of those can be over 27. But my possession limit, I can't remember if I can possess, like in the freezer, 1 or 2. When I keep one of those, it usually doesn't last long. I like to throw them on the smoker, within a day of cleaning them. A lot of times, like tonight, I'll fillet fish and they'll be frying 15 minutes after they're done flipping. It doesn't get any fresher than that. We gotta text the wife and remind her that we need some more fish breading. So that I can fry some. Lately I've been just putting them on the smoker. I'll tell you right now, walleye on the smoker, a little alderwood or pecan, either one, and sprinkle a little garlic salt on them. Baste them with a little olive oil first to make it stick and keep them from drying out. Boy, let me tell you, that's some good stuff. Yeah, Meredith, I've got a few shorts and videos on my page of my wife and I each catching fish over 27 inches. There's one of her catching a 28 incher a couple years ago when we were up in Minnesota. I don't have a video of my 29 1/4. That was before I got my GoPro. But yeah, I'm hoping that one of these days, before too long, I'll actually break my 30 mark and catch that on video. I've been busting my ass almost every weekend trying to get that 30-inch walleye. I got a buddy that's got a 31 1/2, and let me tell you, I never stop hearing it. All he talks about it is his big girl on the wall. We got 8 people in here. Holy cow. This is awesome. I did my first stream from the river on Saturday, and I think the most we had was 3 people at once, maybe 5. And that was pretty short-lived. This is kind of cool. I mean, if this is something you guys like to watch, I certainly don't mind doing it if I'm fishing in a place that's got good signal. I have a good time. I'm doing it anyway. I might as well share it with people. Yeah, I've been trying so hard to get a 30-inch walleye. That's my goal. That's a trophy fish for me. That sucker's beyond my wall. I guess I don't know. I've got a couple fish on my wall, and I'm kind of like, yeah, they're there, but if I catch a 30-inch plus walleye, part of me wants to release it just to see if I can catch it again when it's like 32. Because if you keep every walleye at 30, you never get one at 32. But I don't know. The day will come. You know, it's not like hunting where you don't have a choice. If you shoot it, you got to keep it. With fishing, I can choose to catch and release or catch and keep if it's within those limits. We catch a lot of northerns over 30 inches. I posted a couple of videos of taking my parents and a couple friends or my wife all out to a spot that if the conditions are just right, it gets loaded with walleye or with northerns that are 30 plus inches. And we'll catch 24 northerns that day and tear up my gear like none other, but boy, it's fun. Yeah, it's like 80 degrees on the water right now, maybe a little cooler. Feels nice. Definitely beats sitting inside. Kick back, watch the rods, and wait for a bite. This is my typical weekend routine as I come out and just stroll back and forth on the river. Thanks for stopping, Meredith. Had a good time on your live stream last night. Glad you could join me. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions or anything like that regarding fishing or hunting. I love taking people fishing or talking to people. I love teaching people how to fish and hunt. I have a good time with that. But yeah, if I don't talk to you any other time, I'll hopefully see you on your live stream next Sunday. You guys are up a little later than me. I'm usually going to bed a little earlier to get ready for work. Yako, you're all good, buddy. We've all been there. I don't do a whole lot of chatting in a lot of live streams. Typically I'm making supper, or I'll even have it running while I'm mowing lawn or something like that. Just I give people watch hours and I listen to what they have to say. For me, it's typically more about just kind of listening in and just enjoying the stream than it is chat. Every once in a while, if I'm not doing anything else, I'll chat with people, but more just hanging out for me, helping people out. Oh, there's one. That one sounded like crazy. That one hit like a ton of bricks. That's probably a sheephead. If it's a walleye, it's another nice one. In that same general area as that last one I got. Got some waves going through. A couple of pleasure boaters. Busy weekend on the water. Coming in quick. Let's see what it is. Now it's starting to fight me. What do we got? What do we got? Big old sheephead. Little shithead. If I can, I try not to pull these guys out of the water just because they end up making a mess out of shit. Tearing up my gear. It's easier just to keep them in the water and unhook them if I can. Easy.
easy. Yep, see, I already broke my hook. I gotta replace that hook. No, I broke 2 of the tines off the hook. Holy cow. I do not like those fish. They are hell on equipment. Yeah, see, that was, I don't know how well you can see it, but that was a treble hook. Now it's got a single hook on it. Now I gotta replace that. Luckily, I keep some spares around. Takes me a minute to do, but roll with the other rod while I'm fixing her. Yeah, Yako, I was actually cooking supper during your live stream, and then we were eating supper. My neighbor was hanging out. Loser is learning about girthiness. I'm glad I can provide some information on girth for you, brother. That's great. That walleye did have some girth to it, though. That had a belly on it. Too bad Meredith left. She likes to talk about knives being dildo size. She knows all about girth. Hands are busy, gotta use the feet again. There we go. Got my new hook. Simple as that. Before we don't get another sheephead to where I gotta replace even more. Just adjusting something. I'm gonna rattle up here. There we go. I don't like hearing things rattle. It's loose. It's like a knife. You don't like hearing something rattle in it. You know something's probably wrong if you got a rattle in your knife. Unless it's an OTF, of course. In-laws pulled way up. Getting anything upstream a little bit. I'm sure they'll text me if they do. Play. Alright, let's get that away. Get a bottle of water. Gotta stay hydrated on the river. Loser, you hear a lot about how dirty the Mississippi's water is and stuff, but most of the dirtiness in the water is just a little bit of dirt. It's just dissolved solid dirt in the water. Chemical wise, it's really not too bad. You got to think there's so much volume that it takes a lot to contaminate it, and it's flowing water too. This water, I would take this water over a lot of lake water because if there's a little bit of stuff in that lake water, it'll stay in that lake water. Out here, this water's constantly moving and carrying stuff downstream. Yeah, you know, like I said, you get the occasional issue, but you hear a lot more problems with water quality on lakes than you do on rivers, because the rivers are just always refreshing. The DNR in Iowa actually does a really good job of testing water quality in places. And they put out warnings if there's water quality issue that, you know, you shouldn't eat more than one meal of fish from X body of water in a week or whatever. But again, most of those are lakes. Usually there's not many rivers. Just because, like I said, if something happens in a lake, water isn't going anywhere. River, even if it happens, you know, say there's a sewage spill here in the town right upstream where I'm at, the unbelievable volume of the water dilutes that so much so quickly that you're probably not even going to notice it much in like water quality testing. That, you gotta remember, you're cooking your fish, so as long as you're cooking it to the proper temperature, you know, any bacteria or anything like that are all gone, just like anything else. I am having fish for dinner. I do, Lou, you haven't seen yet, but I do have 4 nice walleyes in the box. But we have some pretty strict length limits here, so I've had to throw back a few that were over the length limit. So you have seen me throw some back, but I do have 4 in the box. Where do you live at, Lou? Just curious. Angelo, I used to run trot lines when I did a lot of catfishing. Trot lines and ditty poles or limb lines. But I don't do a whole lot of catfishing anymore. I like to troll for walleyes. I can cover a lot of ground. I don't know, it's a little more interactive to me because I'm finding and following patterns and stuff, not just picking a spot and sitting and watching poles. I'm constantly moving. I get a little bored catfishing these days. DC, yeah, I can see in a big metro like that, everything's being polluted. Just go to a river that's upstream of DC and you'll be good. You know what I mean? You know, get above the big cities. I mean, yeah, the Mississippi River, we got, you know, like Minneapolis, Twin Cities that flows into, you know, all that stuff flows into this, but up there they're pretty critical of their water quality and stuff because they have so many lakes, and it's so far upstream. It's easier to catch rats. Ryan, I have 4 walleyes in the box, and I've probably caught another dozen that I've had to let go because they were big or over the limit. What are you up to today? You working on anything in the old Whistler Forge? I've probably got another 15 minutes or so to fish, and I got to start heading her in so that I can get home for my live stream tonight. After the fishing comes all the work. Putting everything away. Gotta go back to work tomorrow. Gotta have all the stuff cleaned up and put away for the week. I can come out and play next weekend. Oh yes, the fall decoration. My wife is all about the spooky season. Going to frickin' TJ Maxx and Target, all the places, Home Goods, all the places buying her spooky girl stuff. She's a self-proclaimed spooky bitch. She's very proud of it. little bit of prep work to do before my live stream at 5 Central tonight. But of course I got to clean the fish and all that first. So I get a little bit of work ahead of me when I get done fishing. Plus I got about an hour, hour and a half drive home. I actually got to meet up with a guy. I got some old non-working trail cameras he's going to pick up from me. He uses them as decoy cameras to try to catch people messing with his stuff. He'll put out a decoy camera and then he'll put up a good camera watching it. So since I was going to throw them away, I got to meet up with him and get those to him. Might as well let him put those to use. I'm certainly not going to use them. They were just going to go in the trash for me. Yeah, I could. I probably could put a little drill on here or something along those lines. Here in a couple weeks while we're camping on the islands out here on the Mississippi, we'll only be accessible by boat, and we'll fish for a couple nights. Oh, there's one. That's got a nice weight to it. But we'll camp for a couple nights, and we'll eat the fish every day. Usually the first day we eat steak, and then every meal after that is all whatever we can. Did I got a double? I think I do. Either my lines are crossed or I got two fish on at once. See what happens here. The joy of fishing for me is you never know what's going to happen next. Fishing, hunting, all that stuff. It's just kind of an unknown. You never know what's going to happen. Get around this pole right here. There we go. Oh, it's fighting. It's a fighting me. What do we got? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what it is. It's a walleye. It's a nice walleye. Probably going to be over that 20-inch limit. Oh yeah, for sure. There we go. Oh, and he spit the lure right there. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Get the lure out of here first. Best chance of getting hooked on it. That one here. Oh, here's the other pole. That's tangled up. There's a lot to this. You gotta be vigilant of a little bit of everything while you're out here. I do have a second fish on. Either I'll snagged on something. You guys are in for a treat. I got me a double. I think so. Throw that fish out. Get ready for the next one. Oh, it's not gonna hit anything. Like I said, there's a lot involved sometimes. Multitasking at its finest. I must have been going over a school there. Yep. There it is. A little bit smaller. That's probably a keeper. Woo! All the excitement all at once. Like I said, it's one of the beauties of fishing. One of the things I love about it. It's so unpredictable. That next fish could be the fish of your lifetime. Yep, so the first one, 23 inches. Too big, can't keep it, but definitely put up a hell of a fight and was a lot of fun. So let's let him go gently. There he goes. Now fish number two. Let's see what we got here. Unhooked. Come here. Come here. Untangled. Second fish. Up the double, 19 inches. That is within the limit. So I'm going to throw him in the box. Woohoo! Easy now, easy now. That one. Yep. Still walleye. And now I got 5 in the box. We're gonna do one more pass before I leave. I might be able to get a 6. 6 would be my limit. That's always the problem though, is I catch so many that are too big that I end up not getting my limit because I have to throw so many back. But, you know, catching a fish that's too big, I mean, that's a problem I'll take any day. I'd much rather catch 50 fish that are too big to keep than catch a whole bunch that are too small. I'll gladly take fish that are too big to keep any day of the week. Back out front. Alrighty. Put these out. Ah, good tangle there. There we go. Hate it when that happens. Sometimes when you bring in something big, your line gets a little tightened up in the spool and it'll grab. Cause things to catch in the spool on the way out. There we go. Spool out. This one in. Sorry guys, I know I haven't looked at the chat. Been busy for a few minutes. If I get things back out, I'll have a little more time here and I can see what y'all are saying. Okay, now that excitement's done, let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry for yeah, you guys are antiquing today. I didn't know. You'd love to catch a steak, Lou. My dad actually raises purebred Angus, so I end up getting like a quarter of beef from him every year as kind of my payment for helping on the farm. So we always have a good supply of steaks. We eat pretty good in my house. Fish, steak, venison, you name it. We're usually pretty good in the neighborhood. Hellcat, you're heading out. Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping. If you're free, stop by my live stream tonight at 5 Central. I'll be giving away at least 6 knives. I might feel frisky and throw another one in there. Who knows? Blue, yeah, nice girthy porterhouse. You got it. The tour of the boat. There's not a whole lot of a tour. Some seats, a console, a motor, and a live well, and then some storage boxes with some lures. My GoPro is actually mounted on a pole in front of the boat, so it takes a little work to get it unhooked from there, but definitely something we can do in the future if somebody wants a tour of the boat. I can keep one over 27 inches. So if I get one that's over 27, I can keep it. But that 20 to 27 they consider like prime spawning size, and so it really helps keep the numbers up. And I can keep plenty in that 15 to 20 range, which there's a lot of meat on a 15 to 20 inch walleye. Most of the ones I've gotten today are 18 to 20. How we doing? Oh, I've gotten I just finished a double, like a 24 and a 18. And then I had a 25 before that, and 10 to 12, 100 feet behind me. Got to help my in-laws, my father-in-law, figure out how to catch fish. He's not catching anything. He's just throwing his hands up like he can't seem to find any fish, and here I am getting doubles. Yeah, Brian, it is some good eating size, and thank you, I appreciate it. This I bought this boat brand new. I had had some other boats in my days that they were just kind of, I could afford them, and they were mostly what I wanted. But I do enough fishing now that I said, screw it. I'm gonna get what I want. I'm gonna buy it brand new, so it's mine from the beginning. I don't have to worry about bad maintenance or anything like that earlier on. So, and so yeah, I actually just paid it off this last winter. So it feels really good to have her 100% paid off, 100% mine. I've customized things a little bit a little bit, you know, just here and there to make it a little more my own. Yeah, loser, it's dynamite does work well for fish, but the authorities tend to frown on that a little bit. Yeah, they don't like that if you use things like explosives, and it takes all the fun out of it. I mean, talk about shooting fish in a barrel. Where's the fun if you don't have a challenge to it? I mean, nobody likes things easy. I mean, some people do, but I like a good challenge. That's why I fish and hunt. One of the reasons. One more fish in this final pass. One more in that keeper range. Then I'm gonna have a limit. Kind of nice. Not that I'll be upset if I don't get a limit, but you know, it's always nice when you catch your limit. You know you did everything. You caught everything you could. But I also know that you know I've caught more than my limit. I've just had to throw back. But I won't be hurting if I don't get to keep 6 fish. We usually eat fish pretty often, and I keep my next door neighbor stocked up with fish. He calls it his healing food. He's an old retired Boilermaker that has fought cancer a couple times, and he loves to get his healing food from me. Says it helps him feel better all the time. So I'm more than happy to provide it for him. Let's see, come on fishies, give me one more. One more, one that's right 18, 19 inches. Those are about perfect. I try not to keep them too much over 19 inches just because the closer you get to that 20-inch mark, you know, you could have some DNR guy that measures a little differently and he says it's just a hair over. Yeah, I love eating fish, obviously. Most of the DNR around here though know me. They know my boat, they know me. They don't even check me anymore. They just pull up and shoot the shit. We'll talk fishing spots and everything. I got one of them, I gotta get him out fishing myself. We keep talking about me taking a day off work in the week and taking him out fishing. Being in the DNR, he typically works a lot on the weekends, but his free days are during the week. One of these days he'll probably come out with me. Maybe I'll feature him in a video or something. He calls me every now and then and asks what the conditions are like, how muddy it is, if there's crafts floating, that type of stuff, because he has a million people ask him those questions, and he knows that I'm out enough to see it. Yeah, Lou, like I said, here in Iowa, we don't have as much of the polluted water and stuff unless there's like some big farm accident, you know, fertilizer or pesticide or something, but that's pretty rare, and usually they keep pretty close tabs on those and let people know right away so that things don't happen. But yeah, our water quality here in Iowa is pretty decent. We're far enough north on the Mississippi River that it's still pretty decent water. As you get down south more, you have a lot more big cities and forms of pollution that can cause problems, but here it's pretty decent. I'd swim in it any day of the week if I decided to go swimming. Doesn't bother me a bit. Oh, there's a little bit of everything in here, bud. Catfish, walleye, bass, northern, sheephead, all the carps. Yeah, people are fishing for stuff, all sorts of different species on the Mississippi. There's a little bit of everything here. It's another thing I like about Iowa is we got the best of all the worlds. We got a harsh winter time, we got a hot summertime, we got everything in between. Good hunting, good fishing, pretty much anything you might want. Probably find the season for it here. That we don't have as many people or as big of cities for the most part. I'm almost to the top of my pole here. They're on the depth finder. There's fish around. I just got to find one that wants to bite. Yeah, this is the same place that they've been fishing. I've been catching, they haven't. But we all go through those days. They were in the previous spot with me, and both of us were catching fish. But you know, there's some days that my father-in-law will be out fishing me. There's other days that I'm out fishing him. So we go back and forth, and we give each other a hard time sometimes. But usually we're trying to help each other out by, you know, telling each other what colors we're using that are working, and if we're finding them in a certain spot over another more. Kind of a teamwork deal. If I find a new spot, I tell him about it, type thing. He typically kind of sticks to some of the same old spots, but I like to go out and explore and find new places to fish. You never know what you're going to find if you don't try. Grass keeps getting caught on my crankbaits, making them not want to swim right. Alrighty, well, I'm just about to the top of my pole. I mean, we got cell phones. We can call each other or text each other, so it's not that big a deal. And we do. You know, if one of us goes to a new spot and we're catching, we'll text each other and pass along the word. Besides with CBs, people could listen in, then they can find our spots easier. We already have problems with people seeing us catch fish and coming and fishing in the same spot. We had that this morning. One of the guys we know saw us catching fish and decided he needed to come fish in the same spot. That spot got a little bit crowded, so I started moving on. Alright. Clean this one off. Put her away. Unfortunately, got other stuff I gotta do today, so I can't stay out much longer. Gotta start packing her up. How many fish have I caught? A lot. Total, probably 2 dozen, give or take. I got a lot this morning before I started streaming, and then I've caught 6 or 7 since I've been streaming this afternoon. But I've got 5 keepers in the live well. I've caught a lot that weren't keeper size. They were either too big or too small. CBs, yeah. I kind of wondered, but you know, hey, some people like that older stuff, older school stuff. There's still guys that like ham radio and everything, but I tend to be a little more, yeah, loser is a goofball. You got it, buddy. Well, let's just tear this guy out of the way. It's here. Some people are big on that stuff. This is my two-piece rod that goes inside my storage box. A little too long to store out and about. My biggest fish today was about 26 inches this morning. I got a 25 incher on the live stream. I've got some nice fish, for sure. Stop down, say goodbye to the in-laws, and then you guys are welcome to hang around. When I get back to the boat ramp and turn off the GoPro, I'll keep it running. Hang out while I cruise upriver. I can't really chat, but you guys can enjoy the views. It's a beautiful place out here. One of the things I like about it too is the scenery. It is gorgeous here. Yeah, Majestic, if once I get done streaming, this will get uploaded sometime today. So yeah, feel free to go back and watch it back if you want. See some of the bigger fish I caught. And I did go through a double. I got 2 fish at once over here. That was kind of fun. So say goodbye to the in-laws. In the box. 7 or 8? Nice.
Well, because I did put the box. When we flew the nice because I got everything blocked because I still couldn't find that fucking
Oh, you still can't find that leak.
Well, when I, as soon as when I'm trimming up the guard, put the bow up,
Yeah.
then it put the bow on.
Really?
That's when I got everything plugged. That's why I got the cooler. Main water.
So it's got to be the pump.
I knew it was leaking, but I didn't know how much.
Yeah.
But when you're here 5-6 hours.
5 or 6, shit.
Yeah, we're not hardcore like you.
Today it's what, 1 o'clock, so I've been out about 6 hours.
Weird late.
5 hours.
When I looked, we were up till
Just getting here.
yeah, just getting it, just pulled
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, ever since I've been up here, I've actually been live streaming. I've got people hanging out, chatting, mom's watching.
Oh yeah?
How many did you get in here?
I had that double, and then I had probably a dozen.
What foot were you running?
What's that?
What foot were you trying to run in?
10 to 12. Yeah, and I was running about 100 feet behind me.
I thought it was weedy.
If you stay in, it's weedy, but if you get out a little farther, it's not. So
Yesterday or Saturday they were up more towards the island.
see, and I haven't gotten anything up there. I didn't get any up there Saturday. I haven't gotten any up there yet today.
All coming down.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten them up and down, both. So.
Yes,
We
be proud of it.
pissed Ralph off.
Oh yeah.
Well, every time we went by, either he'd get something or I'd get something. So.
Well, you know, that's what he gets for coming down where the guys that know how to fish are. You know, he's going to watch people catch more fish than him.
Oh.
He's an impatient one.
Oh.
When
Yeah,
they were late,
Oh, yeah.
they kept getting little saunders.
I've got, I got to get everything put away, and then I'm actually going to be live streaming tonight. I'm going to do a give away some knives and stuff, so I got to
Yeah.
get home for that.
We're gonna load up, head out home, clean fish, and have some pork tonight.
I don't know what Janice has been doing. I think she's just kind of been tooting around the house.
Chilling.
Well, she was working all weekend.
I know.
So.
She thought about going into town, but I don't know if she did or not. I'll see you guys later.
Did she go into town and meet up did she meet up with Keenan?
I don't know if she did or not.
She's gonna yesterday.
She was going to yesterday, but I don't think she did.
Oh.
But I don't know. I've been busy.
Yeah.
See you guys. back. Gotta bring the truck down. Ramp's got the ramp to the docks underwater, so I had to go barefoot so I don't get my feet soaked or my shoes soaked. Trip home. Nameless, what's up, bud? Lou will get you all caught up on the happenings. Then I'll give a little boat tour once I get up out of the water here. Boat tour, boat tour. I'm getting there, loser. I'm getting there, brother. Kind of got a checklist that I go through every time, so I know I get everything done right, tidied up, and locked down the way it needs to be. As soon as I finish that little checklist, I'll give you a little boat tour. Not that there's a whole lot to show. Not that there's a whole lot to show. It's a pretty small boat. It's no SS Minnow. Got my little box that I put all my keys and everything in, so they always stay in the boat and they're safe. Rod holder in place. Oh, come here. Life jacket. All right. Hello. Things unhooked here. Look at the sky for a moment while I'm getting this pole put away. There you go, I'll set you up there. Like I said, I just kind of have a routine that makes sure I get everything done. So I got to go through it in my brain so that I know I get it all. Otherwise I'll be wondering on my way home if I remembered this or remembered that. Strap in there. Make sure I get the right strap in the right place. I know, riveting stuff, isn't it? I got you on the edges of your seats, I'm sure. I can't even see Chad at the moment. One thing about the GoPro is I got my filming on this and my chat on my phone. So I kind of have double duty going on here. So Loser says, today we learned about girthiness. Explosives aren't allowed to catch fish in Iowa, and that Iowa AK's father-in-law buys all his clothes at the father-in-law store. Yes, he does. Barney is his name, and yes, Barney definitely shops at the father-in-law store. Let's see. See the outer shape of the boat? Okay, yeah. And actually, no, I don't. I EDC a lot of D2. I was saying this earlier, you may not have been in when I said it, but I have a little experiment going. Just put away, where I'm testing the durability of a D2. So here is the boat. She's nothing special, but it definitely does what I need it to do. 70 horse Yamaha on it. Gets me around the way I need it to get me around. I got my depth finders. Gotta pull those off yet. Yeah, just standard console, nothing special. Live well with fish, of course. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. But what I'm doing is I've got this Kaiser. If I can get a hold of it, it's down in my little pouch here where I can always reach it when I need it. All right, so I got this Kaiser mini harpoon, which is in D2. This has cut multiple fish over multiple trips. I always get it wet. I'll cut the fish up, I'll rinse it off quick in water, just splash it around to get the scales off and stuff, and then I put it right back into the Kydex sheath. And so it gets wet with Mississippi River water, fresh water of course, but I want to see how long it takes to get rust on it, because everybody says D2 rusts so fast. So you probably can't see it, but there is no rust on it yet, and it has been in my boat unoiled, untreated, undried for about 7 weeks. Again, used it almost every trip. I used it this morning. It's dried since then on its own, but I'm sure it's still wet inside the sheath. But yeah, fresh water so far has not caused an ounce of rust on this. But like I said, that's one thing I wanted to test, because you know, everybody says D2's not stainless, D2's not stainless. Sure, it's not stainless, but it's somewhat stainless if you're not using it in salt water and stuff. And so that's kind of what I'm testing is, can I use it in salt water? Or can I use it in fresh water, I mean. How much can I use it in fresh water before it causes problems? Will it cause problems? So far, like I said, about 7 weeks it's been in the boat. Over 5 or 6 trips. Every single time it's been used to cut a fish, at least once. Never been treated, oiled, anything. The only treatment it's ever received is it gets splashed with river water to knock the fish scales and guts off. And then it gets put back in its Kydex. And that's the other thing, is everybody says Kydex sheaths they'll hold water and cause problems. I haven't seen it, you know. I'm sure they will eventually, but I haven't yet. Chat one more time here. Grab myself a water for the ride. Yeah, D2. Brian, been listening and lurking. Yeah, it's like I said, it's not anything special, but it's mine, and it's paid for, so that's the important part. I bought it new so that I had what I wanted. Let's see, need a 50 cal mounted on the front of the boat. 50 cal would probably push my boat backward. Yeah, D2, like I said, salt water I'm sure causes problems. It does on everything. How Magna Cut rusts in salt water. And I do have my SOG Terminus also in D2 that I carried with me today. Always got to have a backup. And if I was going to get tetanus from a walleye, it'd probably be from gill plates or something stabbing me, because they do have some sharp gill plates and everything. But anyway, I am going to log off here. So thanks everybody for joining me, and I'll catch you guys on the next trip. See if I can figure out how to stop this thing. All right, see you guys. Hopefully you can show up tonight at 5 for my